You see it. You see what we got going on today. You see what I've become. It's real simple. These just need to get done, you know? They do. Not because I want to, but because eating with my hands is not safe because I don't wash them. I don't believe in it. I think it's a sin. Hey, yo, check this shit out, bro. I found a lizard, bro. Go on. Hi. He's so cute. I'm not. Oh, he's so squirmy. I wasn't gonna pick him up. I just had this already. I hate bugs, as you've seen, but I love lizards. I think they're always cute. Used to love catching them as a boy and a child.
These are my pet salamanders right there. See them? They're trying to get out right now, but see that one? He's climbing.
Y'all mentioned that Nestle is an evil company. I didn't know anything about Nestle, but instead of Nestle products, I got Birdie for my canned coffee today. So, ooh, mama, ooh, mama. A lot of you have commented saying that this channel serves as a good body double for your activities and needs and chores. For those who don't know what a body double is, it's just like when you are doing something and you have someone hang out with you and do a thing as well, so you can stay on task or stay focused. People can experience it in different ways. You know, some people feel motivated by it, others feel pressured into doing their tasks, and that can be a good thing or a bad thing. It can be like a sort of community-oriented or relationship-oriented thing where if you're hanging out with a friend or a partner and you guys are supposed to do something like clean, finishing up that task means not fucking off and becoming a gamer. It's more so like, oh, let's do this together, I'm not gonna let you down, blah 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 blah. Lion King or whatever, whichever movie had that moral, I forget which one that was. Me sewing, I love eating rice directly out of the rice cooker and not taking it out while it's still warm to store. Me reaping. Oh, the thing is, this is all good rice and I would fry it, but this was actually outside, and that's where the wild things are. Wild things being poison-covered bugs. Okay, so there's this and there's that, and there's this and there's that. You know what we're gonna do with this now? Say it with me. Start a small business. Start a small business. Let it soak. Let it soak. We're gonna let it soak. So I've talked before on here about how I have a negative experience with body doubling, as in if I'm doing a task, someone being there is just gonna distract me and weirdly pressure me in a way that makes me less likely to actually focus on the task and more likely to focus on the fact that I'm not doing the task. I was thinking about it though, and that's not true for everything. Like when I'm talking about tasks in that sense, I'm talking about work. And for me, work is watching like terrible stuff and then writing bullshit about it or thinking about how I want to talk about it. Oh, that moment when you start cleaning your dishes and realize that the dry dishes haven't been unloaded. What the fuck? Who did this? This is fucked. For that sort of activity, it doesn't work for me. But for stuff like this, like chores, dishes, it usually does work quite well, and I think that's because of one of the reasons that I mentioned earlier, which is that if you're doing something like that and it's collaborative, you don't want to just be sitting on your ass. You don't want to be just sitting there diddling your dungus while your wife cleans your toilet or whatever. Fellas, if you aren't clean dishes maxing in 2024, what are you doing? What did I say, 2014? I was just watching a video about Gamergate. I think that's why. You know, some people genuinely still believe that Gamergate was about ethics in games journalism, and it's like quite a lot of people, and they get really upset whenever it's mentioned in media. I find that so fascinating because it's, you know, it's representative like this wild echo chamber effect on social media and with relationships regarding gamers that they just didn't get the Innuendo Studios video on their timeline about it, the comprehensive timeline of events. But also a lot of them did get it and then commented, you're a cuck, you're a cuck, go away, you're a cuck, you're a narg, not a real gamer. Anyways, what was I talking about? Body doubling. As most of you know, because most of you have ADHD based on the comments, as most of you know, probably, if you don't, that's okay. I don't hate you, I just think I'm just disappointed, that's all. I'm not mad, I expected better of you, and you've shown me through your behavior time and time again that this is not something you care about and you want to learn about, and I don't even know why we're in this relationship anymore if you just can't make the... There's different types and versions of ADHD that one can have. It's usually somewhere on the spectrum between hyperactive and inattentive. I think it's like you get classified. So it's less of a spectrum, but you can be both. You can show symptoms of both. And to sort of pantomime out these two things, hyperactive is sort of like wee woo, wee woo, wee woo, wee woo, and inattentive is more like... I have the staircase, the elevator, what is it? The ladder. That's it, the ladder. I have the second one. And I don't know if that correlates with the type of thing I'm talking about when it comes to like having to read and think about stuff, someone being there being distracting, that might be a hyperactive thing as well. I also don't fully have the latter. A lot of my symptoms are, you know, hyperactive, like fidgeting. I think at times there's overlap with my bipolar in terms of mania and like energy, where it can oscillate between hyperfixation and no fixation. Gotta get this right, man. Gotta get this right. Don't stop till you get it up. Don't stop. Don't stop till you turn white. I got a lot of flack and I got canceled and chagrined by the audience for cleaning this wok with soap. My first thought with that was, oh brother, here we go. Another group of fascists like the cast iron people that have a hemorrhage in their brain when they see a bottle of Dawn soap. And then I thought about it and said, well, I didn't really think about it. I'm just gonna do what you say because I wanna try new solutions. So I'm gonna take a sponge with no soap on it and do this. I think that's what you're supposed to do. I don't even know if you're supposed to do that. This feels wrong. This feels dirty. Where's my phone, man? How to clean a wok. Gently scrub the interior of the wok with hot water and use a regular kitchen sponge, then towel dry before placing on the stove over low heat until there are no more visible water droplets. If I towel dry it, why will there be water drops? What are you on about? This place doesn't have hot water, so I'm gonna be such a good boy. That's right. That's why wok people. This is what you've made me do. Look at myself. Okay, but unironically, this wok is actually quite dirty. Hopefully this will help improve the audio of the recording. So anyways, as I was saying, there's no way you clean this without soap, right? If it has gunk on it, what do you do? What are you supposed to do? Never use soap, harsh cleansers, and metal scrubbers to clean your wok. Doing so will remove the patina, what is that? A fine crust or film on bronze or copper, usually green or greenish blue, formed by natural oxidation. Yeah, I don't want that on my food, bro. I know it's probably a different type of patina, but come up with a new word for it. Linguistics are there for a reason. Okay, water is boiled. Let's try this. Oh. Kind of satisfying. Hope I don't get third-degree burns. Now, in the research project of doing this channel, doing YouTube videos, research, unlike Noam Chomsky, unlike Ponk Chomsky. In the research project that is this channel, I have come to realize and conclude that these videos work extremely well for you guys for body doubling. And I actually didn't see that as something suggested on the list on the website I look like. I saw people saying body double with someone, or find a partner to do this with, or just do traditional ADHD sort of treatments, as in staying organized, making a list. They didn't cite me. They didn't cite me and stuff like me, and for that I am eternally pissed off. I'm pissed off, man. Okay, I mean that's clean, right? I'm gonna go light it on fire or whatever they said to do. Ah, bug. Is this thing on? Here's my issue though, is that I need to have a third sponge now because this sponge is so fucking greasy now. What I was trying to say was, I'm curious if there's like a genre of content like ASMR or YouTube videos that someone can send me something that they watch that's similar to this. Someone recommended one channel that was like a chores channel and it was wholesome. They said it was wholesome. I said, hell yeah. For research purposes, but also for very selfish, want to break into the niche of content purposes. YouTuber brain. Still got some hot water left. Let's go, pimp. Let's go. Letting it soak. Is that poison? What is that? Oh, it's pepper. The pepper here in Thailand, or all that I could find, isn't pepper, it's pepper powder, and there's white pieces in there. Looks like eggs. Looks like ant eggs. I'm not going paranoid. Also, to those who commented that I was massacring that group of ants, I was, and it's really fucked up. But also, in this house, they have made a trail from there all the way inside over the rafters and into my bathroom and over top of where I shower, and then also a trail that almost got to the bedroom. You open the door and they come flying off the edge because inside of the trim there's a crack and they're in there breeding. I don't know what they're doing. Watching TV, procrastinating, doing the dishes terribly, slowly. I was advised by a long-time ADHD haver that when I got on stimulants, I should also get a coach for ADHD or someone to check in with, like a therapist or a specific like task management person. I don't know if that's covered by my insurance. It might be. I gotta ask Kaiser Permanente. But if it is, that sounds like it could be helpful. I currently don't feel like I'm necessarily struggling with anything like that since I've been medicated, but I do definitely still have, you know, little weird bad habits. I don't at present feel the need to fully optimize my life though and stamp out those little eccentricities. Ooh, I saw a video from Sisyphus55. Who knows Who knows that guy? Great channel. Love the channel. Maybe I'll save this full conversation for a separate video, but it was called The Myth of Productivity. Love the video. Love the video because going in I'm saying, oh, this guy's about to talk. This guy's about to dunk on me and my life and what I do on my life's work. Drama video, beef video. Me and Mark Manson and Robin DiAngelo have been put against the wall. And Sisyphus is the firing squad, and whether he wants to be nice or mean depends on how well the videos work or something. Okay, but no, the video basically talks about how society, intentionally and not, has ingrained within us this sort of need to be hyper-productive. And that's an intentional product of capitalism, right? The more you believe it to be an achievement, to be accomplishing things, the more capital you're going to be producing. The part I found interesting was that building an identity around being routine haver and constantly needing to self-improve. Why is this rice so hard to let go? She's not coming back, man. Wake up, man. It's been 10 years. It's been 10 years since you and your entire extended family of thousands of pieces of rice were boiled alive and you were the sole survivor on this spoon. Just die. There we go. What I took from the video, and I don't know, I'm not that smart of a guy, but one of my interpretation of it was, the main thing was the conclusion that a way out of this self-improvement monotony is with spontaneity. It's with doing new things, trying new things. Not that routines can't be good or helpful or necessary, obviously, for a lot of our lives, especially if you have like ADHD, but that coupled with the things that you need to remain sort of stable and steady can be a very fulfilling pursuit of the human experience of doing new things, trying new things, forming relationships that are divorced from the need to level up and grind. I was thinking about that a lot because in my last relationship, kind of something that started to happen was it became a little monotonous in terms of the way we were living and the sort of lack of desire to do activities and new things, which was a product of a lot of things, medication changes and weird periods in our relationship. Towards the end of it all, before I came to Thailand, there was about a month or 3 weeks to a month of doing fun new activities, kind of as like a send-off, like, okay, I'm going, we're breaking up, let's do some stuff. And in that process, I was like, oh, wait, this is how relationships are supposed to be. They're supposed to be fun and trying new things and so on and so forth. Which might sound weird, but in my case, being in the first relationship that was longer and more significant than just something that wasn't actually a relationship, but it was called a relationship, meant that I didn't really have the context for what that looks like long-term, instead of just resorting to old habits regarding dating and relationships. It looks a little bit different. It looks a little more engaged. Are there wood spoon fascists out there that are gonna wish death upon me for putting soap on this spoon? Still smells like wood. I'll take a soapy couple spoonfuls if it means that I don't contract food poison. Another potential video topic I wanted to talk about, which was alienation and how an antidote to alienation. Washing your dishes or doing the dishes or just doing chores or something, which stems from a thing my friend Kent said, which was about how working out and seeing the results from it are something that you can tangibly grasp onto in terms of what you're putting in and what you're getting out, which is a very sort of, for most people, different than their experience with labor. Getting a paycheck for your labor is great, but it's different than getting a paycheck ideally, but on top of that, seeing the direct results of what you do, which, I mean, you know, many of you, I think it sounds like you do, based on how you've described your work experiences, but also many of you do not, and most of the world, most of the world doesn't either. Happy, smiling, clean, Chunkies time. Noah time channel merch, delicious Chunkies, and it's just a picture of something like this. Maybe there's like egg in there and a vegetable. Who want it? It's yours, my friend, as long as you have enough rubies. What if I mixed up the dishes sponge and the sink sponge? What would happen? Would I cry? Would you cry? Will this clean if I try and clean it? No, fruitless. So, to conclude our conversation on body doubling, I forgar. I widowy forgo so hard. I guess I always want to sort of keep it in mind and keep it framed that any sort of productivity, helpful task thing, like, I don't know, body doubling, like you watching a video of mine, or like doing a list, me telling you to do a list or whatever crap. That is stuff that, you know, is worthy of doing, in my opinion, just because it can make you feel better. It can make you just feel better and have a more, you know, enjoyable experience of you know, getting home and not having the dishes, or this isn't sudsing like I like it to suds. I'm upset. Just that, you know, being a productivity machine, as tantalizing as it might seem, you know, as an American living in consumer capitalism, leveling up and grinding up, while to an extent good for quality of life and resources, the desire for that often, in my life at least, speaking for myself, has outpaced the actual healthy relationship with how I think about what I'm doing and how I feel while I'm doing it. Just the constant pressure to produce art that is good for the internet because it pays, it makes money, as opposed to producing art for the reason one should produce art, which is to produce art. Yeah, I'm a Dreg viewer. Yeah, I'm getting inspired by his late content. Yeah, 2 months ago I put everything I own into storage and planned on selling it all and moving to the woods. Thankfully I didn't sell everything, because when I inevitably return from the woods, once my woods phase is over, which I hope happens, it would be nice to be able to watch movies in an apartment somewhere. Ahaha. That's it for today's episode. Hope that tickled your fancy. To anyone who's out there struggling, stop it. Just figure it out. If you're going through it right now, just keep going. Haha. Because the alternative is ending it, and don't do that. You're so sexy. When I joke about suicide, that's me reclaiming my experiences as a first-time NBA Hall of Fame point guard, suicidal ideator. Okay, bye everybody. I don't know.